I wouldn't trade my experience in the military for anything. And what the government did, or what our plans were, or our missions were, I belong to that. I was a part of the U.S. Army. I got drafted, but I decided to stay. So I don't hold any grudge against the government. What I hold is guilt for bringing that back. So, but I brought it back. Today, I've got my wife here, but today I've got my daughter here to tell you about her experience and what she's been diagnosed with.
I'm Sarah Minnick. I'm the youngest daughter of Lieutenant Colonel Harold E. Minnick, Jr., retired. I'm thankful for everything all of you have done. I'm not mad either. But in 1997, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Here I am all these years later, and I've done all the treatments possible. I walk like I'm okay. I talk like I'm okay. Some days. I have a walker. I have a scooter. I have canes. I do a treatment once every 28 days. I do an infusion treatment at the cancer center. Between that and the 5 medications I take every 30 days, insurance pays $17,859 every 28 days just for me to be here. My lesions on my brain, which are bruises, and for those of you who don't know, look like the stars when I see my MRIs. I could play dot to dot all day. And they increase every 6 months. I've recently been diagnosed with pseudobulbar effect, which is an effect on the frontal lobe of my brain because it's been so damaged by the lesions. I go from laughing to crying within 30 seconds. People say it's hormones, but it's not. It's MS related. I also been diagnosed with spondylosis, which is the lesions are so severe on the top part of my spine that I could paralyze myself if I crack my neck. I'm scared. I'm not mad. It's not my father's fault. I just want help. And I want the government to realize that we need this kind of therapy and these kind of places to do all kinds of experiments to find out if this is where it came from. Multiple sclerosis, they don't know where it comes from. There is no cure for it. My future is in a wheelchair and paralysis. And I don't want to live that way. I'm 43 and I have an 18-year-old daughter who thankfully is healthy. But we need to get this bill passed. My everyday consists of waking up, pinching all my fingers and toes together to make sure that I can feel them before I try to step out of bed, for fear that it might be numb and I'll fall down. I turned in my license and stopped driving my car because back in May I had a severe fainting spell, which they thought at first was a seizure. Come to find out it's related to my MS. Had no idea it was coming on. My mother was with me. I don't remember it. So I'm scared of driving. What kind of life is that for me? At 41, I had to file for disability, leave my government job. To do what? I can't work. I have memory loss. I have no bladder function. Some days I can walk fine, other days I can't. Some days I can sit still and other days I can't. Just help us. Push this through. Get these research bills pushed through. I don't care if I'm a lab rat for the next person. I've been there. I've been fighting it this long. I'm still going to keep fighting. But I need you all's help. I want to know where this came from. And I don't want the next person to have to go through what I'm going through. Thank you all.